no.
That could only happen to Jessica on a first date.
Well, it could have been worse.
It gets worse.
Of course it does.
So then they plan to go for a walk on the beach.
I already hate where this is going.
So they go on the walk, there's a beautiful sunset, and the dumbass she's with doesn't even try to make a move. So Jessica decides to slyly lean her head on his shoulder, and she...
That dumb blonde missed, didn't she?
Yep, and fell right into the water.
Something wrong, Tamara?
No. It's just... You just reminded me of the weirdest dream I had the other night.
Really?
Do tell.
Well, I was walking alone on a beach. I didn't really think about where I was going. I was just enjoying the serenity of the shore. I must have walked for hours, but my feet didn't ache. I wasn't bored of my surroundings, and no sand stuck to the bottom of my feet. It was paradise. Then I saw this guy. He wasn't doing anything, just staring at me. I didn't feel like talking, so I just walked by. But then I saw him further along my path. I walked past him again, and again, and again. Finally, I went up to him and asked him what he wanted. He nervously looked down at the ground and said he was trying to work up the courage to join me on my walk. I thought it was cute, and, well, he was too, so I said yes. It was fun walking with him. I can't remember what we talked about, but I do remember enjoying every second of our conversations. I even pulled off Jessica's move of resting my head on his shoulder. It was almost like the perfect date. Almost. Eventually, we came across someone else. I didn't think anything of it, but the mere presence of this other person frightened the hell out of the guy I was with. I asked him what was wrong. He turned to me and pushed me into the water. I was only under for a second or two, but when I pulled my head up, both of them were gone.
That wasn't that weird.
Well, it wasn't exactly normal.
What dreams are? You want to talk weird dreams? I got one for you. So, I was on River Street and I was on a bench watching ships go by, which I thought was weird because I don't really like ships. I looked at my watch to check the time and realized I was late for dinner, so I stood up and then some asshat bumped into me. I flipped him off and started walking away when I realized my watch was missing. I turned around and saw it stuck to that asshat's coat. I tried calling out to him, but for some reason my voice was gone, and I tried running after him, but my legs could barely move. All of a sudden, I found myself in a coffee shop. The coffee smelled so good, I decided to buy a cup. I got a caramel frap. So I'm sitting there enjoying my coffee when all of a sudden this guy sits down next to me. I tell him to buzz off. I got my voice back, by the way, but he says he'll only leave if I show him a magic trick. So I completely blow his mind. And then I noticed that the man with my watch is in the coffee shop. There was so much noise in the place that when I tried calling out to him, he couldn't hear me, so I ran after him. All of a sudden, I'm in the middle of a field, and guess what, Tamara? You were there. I tried talking to you, but you were acting all weird and just standing there like a statue. But then I saw the man standing a couple feet behind you. I knew this was my chance, so I ran at him full force. When I made it over to him, I reached to grab his shoulder, and then he fell apart.
Damn, that is weird.
What about you, Bella?
What?
I mean, we've shared our weird dreams. Do you have one?
Well, I don't... Actually, I did have a dream recently that was pretty strange. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I'm a lucid dreamer.
Really?
Yeah, I've been doing it for years. Last month, I had a strange thing happen. My dream actually started right here, in this kitchen. The way I always know I'm dreaming is to look at my hand and count my fingers. Then I'll snap and hear scratching at a door. If my childhood dog, Zoey, is on the other side of the door, then I'll have complete control. I always like to spend some time with Zoey when I'm dreaming. So I made a path in the woods behind the house for us to walk on. I conjured up a cool breeze and had blue jays chirp in the distance. After a while, I thought it would be fun for Zoey if we played fetch, so I made a ball and threw it into the woods. She went after it, and then I heard her barking at something. Concerned, I went after her and found her alone. I tried bringing her back to the path, but she wouldn't budge. Her eyes were fixated on something. Right by Zoey's paw, I found a picture on the ground. It was a school photo of a teenage girl. It looked like it hadn't been on the ground very long. The girl seemed familiar, but I couldn't figure out why. Then Zoey started growling. I was very uneasy and wanted to leave. When I went to grab her, she took off. I ran after her, but lost her in the foliage. I started snapping my fingers, but nothing happened. I must have snapped 100 times. Then there was silence. No snaps, no blue jays, no breeze, no Zoey. I never thought silence could be such a disturbing thing until that moment. Soon the sunlight slowly started to fade. I noticed blood scattered all along the ground. I tried forming a path that led home, but nothing happened. Then the silence broke. I heard the most terrifying sound anyone could ever hear when they're alone. I heard the sound of someone breathing behind me. I started running, hoping that I would eventually find my way back. The light seemed to be disappearing at a faster rate. I was too scared to look back. Although I didn't hear anything, I could swear there was something chasing me. I made it back to the house with just barely any light left outside. I locked the door behind me and peered into the darkness. I felt something staring back at me. I pressed my hand against the glass and noticed my fingers were blurry. I could no longer count them. Suddenly, the lights in the house started to dim. I ran upstairs and into my bathroom. I was losing all sense of myself, so I stared into the mirror. Then the lights in the bathroom died. I was alone in the dark. At least, I thought I was alone. I can't even begin to describe what I saw in that mirror.
What happened next?
I woke up. I swear, even after I did, I could still feel its hand on my face.
What about the girl in the picture?
Oh yeah. I Google searched for hours, and I came across a picture of a missing teenage girl that looked kind of like her. She had disappeared a month before my dream. She went for a run in the woods and never came back.
My God, that's freaky.
That's not even the freakiest part.
How the hell could it get any freakier?
After I woke up, I looked in the mirror, and I swear I saw it standing in the corner of my bathroom. When I turned around, nothing was there, but I swear I can still feel it lurking around me, waiting for the perfect time to strike.